yeah, how war the king. Well, because they showed like they were cowards.
No, Beowulf said like you could be the king now. They give you.
That's Beowulf's fault. He's shit on him.
Oh yeah, because he didn't have a son.
Yeah.
Good point.
Idiot.
I don't know why. Like, they don't really explain anything of like what happened in those years. It's like that he was.
Yeah.
There's a big time jump.
He's
He's like,
alive.
he's alright in the king. He did it.
But-
And then he's old.
You don't make no.
Okay, let's talk about the time jump, the 50-year thing. What's that a reference to?
It's like how Hrothgar, he had 50 years too.
Exactly. He had 50-year reign where it was nothing but peace. Yep.
He was great king.
And then Grumble.
Bam.
And then Grendel screwed it all up.
Hey, Grendel's mother happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Grendel's
So
mother
what's the
happened.
significance of 50?
I think that's just
That's a good question. I don't know if there is any particular significance to it, or if it's just like a number easy to remember. Seems like a long time.
Well, I just
Like
like
a lifetime.
wondering because like in the Bible, it's 7.
Right.
Or 6. So like.
Or 666. Yeah.
Yeah.
12 is a holy number. Yeah, I mean, that's
But they don't
something.
mention a lot of it.
So is 7. I said 7.
Yeah.
And then 3 is like the Trinity of the
Yeah, 3. So yeah, that's something you might want to look into, see if there's any significance there. That's like when you get into like master's English, doctorate English programs, that's the kind of things they will write whole papers about.
12.
Like numbers, numerology. And
Did you write a whole paper about that?
I did not.
Did you write it?
I thought you were in a master's program.
I was, but you're not limited to that.
What was your like hardest assignment that you did?
No, you involved.
I mean, the longest paper I had to write was only like 12 pages.
And that's not that long.
Really not bad.
I don't think
I had to
it's
write
bad
a full
if you
paper
have a
for,
lot of psychology.
If you have a lot of range, that's kind of good.
Yeah, and then we
What's
were.
the right of a range of like 7?
So for us, our typical like secondary source count would be like 10 to 15. So it's a ton of research.
Just cite like half the page. I was gonna say, these were-
Not front to back, but at that point you have to start learning how to skim. Look for keywords, use your control F if you're working on your computer.
Oh, I like.
Keywords, read around that, see if it makes sense with your argument. See if it changes your argument, because sometimes it changes your way of thinking as well.
As a teacher, I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. It's not fun. All right, so Beowulf.
Would you ever do that?
Do what?
We already did it.
Oh, well, like, I mean,
Become a
like,
teacher?
probably no.
Become like a
Why would
college
you do
professor?
that?
No, it's too expensive. You have to have a
Well,
college.
a lot of college professors.
Yeah, but it's like,
So, like, I could teach community college, like community colleges, yeah. But like a university, you have to be basically in the doctoral program. You have to publish papers. You have to actually bring something to the institution.
Oh my God.
You can't like just do your job. You have to constantly be researching, and
That takes some dedication.
That's so much work.
yeah, you have to really like that type of thing
Is that the same for science?
at the university level. Yeah,
is that why they get paid so much?
yeah, that's part of it.
Do they really get paid jobs?
I know, in the grand scheme of things, I don't know what you consider much. Obviously, more than high school teachers. But
Let's look at
some probably
the good
can. I think it depends on like how much money your department's bringing in as well,
in the university.
and the university too.
How they will come to the family.
Thank you for answering. Yeah.
I noticed that whole thing. But so like, is it because he died and he gets his throne like he defeated him or something? Because that wasn't even on that part. Like, how did he become king?
Okay, so here's what happens. So time passes. Hygelik, we'll just say, dies in battle with the Franks. So originally, the throne is offered to Beowulf at that point by Hygelik's wife. But he always does the right thing, so he says, no, he has a son. His son deserves the throne. So he lets the son rule instead, even though they wanted Beowulf to rule. the son gets killed in battle, so then they're like, okay, so now we want you to take over, and then he takes over. So then again, you have the prosperous king for 50 years, just like Hrothgar, rules well for 50 years. And instead of Grendel and his mom messing things up, we have a dragon. So how does the problem with the dragon start?
A slave trying to get away from a beating. He had a
Yeah.
and he like
Yeah.
like a treasure.
big fancy.
It's like goblin thing.
Yeah.
And then
Big fancy
they
things.
got
A secret passage unbeknownst to me. And then the
Right.
dragon begs to forgive me.
You were really over there having breakfast with like.
It's British. Dragon?
Yes. So yeah, a slave trying to escape a beating basically finds this hidden passage into the dragon's lair. This treasure had just been left there, and the dragon just kind of found it and made his home there. It's not like the dragon was collecting treasure, but
Didn't I say like he was like the guardian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he made it.
Oh, so
he
he
found it and now he wants to claim it. I thought
Yeah.
someone had left it there and like he was like guardian.
so that, but then what the idea? What do people always do with treasure in Beowulf?
They did it for themselves.
Yeah.
And then
No,
they
they
did
did?
it,
Yeah, they give it away.
They give it to people for like good deeds, for battles and everything, to show loyalty. So this treasure really that's sitting with the dragon doesn't have any kind of value, because the only value in treasure is like giving it and building alliances with it.
It's kind of like the green part that you got
I
like
know.
in kindergarten.
Oh,
The necklace.
Yeah.
Isn't that why they both said that like burn all my treasures or something like that, or like they burned his treasures because they didn't.
Yeah, they burned all the treasure with him.
Yeah, all the treasure.
Because he
On
was
his fire,
yeah.
right? He won it.
Yeah.
It was it was on his fire though, right? Like they put.
Yeah.
Okay, so this actually happens in another famous. This happens in The Hobbit as well, where he goes in and steals treasure from the dragon.
Oh yeah.
It showed up in the movies recently.
I've never watched it. A lot of it on
I think it was
TikTok.
like Desolation of Smaug or whatever.
Wait, the
I forget
Hobbit's
what
in
the-
Harry Potter?
No,
No,
The Hobbit, like Lord of the Rings, The
different.
Hobbit, yeah.
The one that, isn't that the thing that was my precious? Something like that.
What's that?
The little thing?
My precious.
My precious.
Well, that's Lord of the Rings, but yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if Gollum's in The Hobbit or not. I honestly didn't pay much attention to The Hobbit.
A professor at a university makes $75,000, $430 a year.
That's really not a lot.
All right.
It might be a base salary, though. Sometimes they get a base plus class.
He died.
So, all right, back to that stuff. So yeah, so it tells us the dragon discovered the treasure sometime later, guarded it in peace for 300 years.
How old is
Yeah, how long
Beowulf?
can dragons live?
They don't really say. Dragons are kind of like mystical creatures. Like hundreds of years.
Well, he's at least 50 because he's reigned for 20 years. Well, and then he has to be like 70 because
He's probably in his 70s.
or
Why
late
is a 7-year-old gonna go fight a dragon?
Because he's
Because he's
young.
brave.
Because he's still one of like the strongest
Voice of
people.
30 minutes.
Yeah, he's still one of the strongest people.
Yeah.
He's basically Ash at this point.
I don't know. Okay, so obviously the dragon wakes up, gets really mad, but the cup's not there, and what's it do?
Oh, he destroys the countryside, right?
Yeah.
Or no, he searches for the
He
dude,
searches-
yeah,
he
he can't
searches
find him, so he looks for a slave.
Right. Yeah, search for the slave first, can't find him, so he just starts destroying everything, including Beowulf's own mead hall, which is a reference back to Hrothgar's mead hall being destroyed. So we can see a lot of similarities there. So Beowulf thinks he must have offended God in some way to be attacked by the dragon. Obviously, he decides to fight it. Is this a good decision or not?
No.
I mean,
He's
there's
very,
no
it's a decision out of pride.
Yeah, actually said
He was like, I wanna be-
already.
Yeah,
Instead of being like, I want to save my people, he says, I want to be more glorious. And, like,
Right.
be more
Yeah,
glorified.
he
than
more
people.
he
Yeah.
never stops being driven by like that quest for glory, that insane confidence.
And then they talk about that how like when he saw him, he's like spoiled as a boy and everything.
Yeah. So this time though, what's the difference in this fight?
He doesn't die. He gets bit in the neck like
Yeah.
his shield.
Yeah.
And the sword too. And his men leave him.
He didn't have
Yeah, he don't come out and stand down.
So, but the main thing is he doesn't just try to fight bare-fisted.
Yeah.
So this time he actually says, okay, make me a shield, make it out of iron instead of wood.
And he does he screams at the dragon, right, to wake it up?
Yeah.
Because he wants to face it
When he walks in.
Right. Yeah, no sneak attack.
Another pride thing. He could have. Yeah.
You think
Yeah, but then what kind of creatures sneak attack?
Power snake, lion.
Going back to this,
Wait a
right?
minute.
Like
okay, I was
Grendel, like
oh,
Beowulf.
oh,
They're
oh,
like real animals.
Yeah.
Tigers and bears.
The only real way, the only honorable way to fight is like face to face.
Yeah.
So you can see like creatures like Grendel will kind of sneak through the night, and that's not honorable.
Oh, that's another thing, the dragon only came out at night too.
What's that?
The dragon only came out at night too.
Yeah, like,
So,
It's like all the other
I have a
creatures.
question. How much longer was it when the dragon realized that his treasure was missing? Like, it says sometime later.
Sometime later, yeah, they don't really say. It's probably, it could be a few hours, could be a few days, but I would assume it'd be relatively soon. All right, so he orders a special shield to be made, chooses not to raise an army to fight the dragon, because he's still confident in his abilities.
But he still knows like, he even said, he's like, I know I'm gonna die out of this, but.
He always says that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that with.
It's kind of like a forewarning.
It's just like, fate will
He
decide.
doesn't look too prideful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he should make himself look more humble.
That's true, maybe that is, yeah, like a humble brag.
Like he doesn't actually mean it or something else.
Yeah, so here he's still trying to make decisions as a warrior, not as a king. What's the problem with him going off and dying?
There's no
succession.
Yeah, there's
No succession plan, he has no heir. So yeah, this is a very bad decision. All right, so again, we have to have stories within stories, so he recounts one of Beowulf's feats. So this is in the battle where Hydralic was slain. He swam back to the land of the Geats carrying the armor of 30 men on his back. And Geatland, yeah, it's amazing.
What? No.
Hig offered Beowulf treasure and rulership and dominion, and that her son, which we talked about before, was too young to rule, saying, okay, but Beowulf turned it down. So he exhibits not only courage, but extraordinary loyalty, so then the son ends up dying, and then that's, again, when Beowulf takes over. And he's just basically the epitomization of what a hero, what a good guy should be. He's loyal, does what he's supposed to, selfless devotion to people, but at the same time, very prideful.
How did that dude accidentally kill his brother?
Oh yeah.
The festival.
Do they go in this? Where's that at?
They go into it, but it's kind of hard to understand.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's look at that.
It has some
Yeah.
funny.
What page is that on?
Back in the gap.
Ooh.
It's like a
What am I doing? Are we supposed to be looking? I stabbed it.
Yeah,
I don't wanna get
it's
dirty.
because we're having issues with this part. Let's look it up.
It's like later though.
Oh,
Yeah.
why couldn't he kill the?
So you accidentally killed his brother, your Beowulf.
What page is it on?
See the word brother, hang on.
Yeah, it's before he attacks the dragon, so it's gotta be early 90s.
I think it's in the.
It's before he attacks the dragon, right?
No.
Oh, I think it's like 94.
94.
Yeah, before, yeah, it was before.
Like 24, 30, like all that count.
Okay. So King Retho kept me and took care of me, was open-handed, behaved like a kinsman. So he's good to him, he treats him like family. While I was his ward, he treated me no worse as a weed, so a young child, about the place than one of his own boys. So again, just reiterating the fact he's treating him like family. Beowulf and Hasten, or my own Hydralic. For the eldest Herbold, an unexpected deathbed was laid out. So basically, he dies before his time through a brother's doing. So his brother killed him. When Hasten bent his horn-tipped bow and loosed the arrow that destroyed his life.
Oh, so
So
he
his
killed
brother.
I said
Yeah.
shot him. So it was like a straight shot that killed him or something?
He shot wide and buried a shaft in the flesh and blood of his own brother. That offense was beyond redress, a wrong footing of the heart's affections, for who could avenge the prince's life or pay his death price? Yeah, it seems like it was an accident.
Yeah,
Like,
because he said he shot wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
That
wrong
meant he shot
footing,
like way off.
a wrong footing of the heart's affections, so that makes you think like there was no ill will there.
So they won't have to like pay the price. Yeah, price.
Because they had nothing to pay to, it's the
Yeah.
same family, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
nobody-
what happened to the other brother?
Yeah, he begins to keen and weep for his boy, watching the raven gloat where he hangs. He can be of no help. The wisdom of age is worthless to him. Morning after morning, he wakes to remember that his child is gone. So, okay. So what it's saying is he can't basically make up for the killing because then he'd be killing his other son. So then he won't do that.
They just suffers.
Yeah. So he just suffers.
So killing the other son will not make him? Yeah. Yeah,
He was already suffering. He
Yeah.
was
more, I guess. Because
That's
it made
like
it 60% of our children, like, either suffering or killing.
Go on.
Okay. So who does he take with him? Who's Beowulf take with him to fight the dragon?
Right, isn't it, it's a 10,
Or 2 men or something.
yeah, 10 of the most, like, the best.
And the guy that took the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Takes him along too. Yeah.
Slave.
Probably
Oh,
just
yeah,
to.
he should have. He should have.
Yeah, because he's got to point the way to him, because
Oh,
it said the path was unknown
Oh,
to other men. So they march off to face the dragon. By the dragon's barrel, Beowulf, ready for death, speaks to his men. Of course, he's got to get his story out there. Yeah, this is where they were talking about this. Hasten took the throne when Hrethel died and was killed in battle against the Swedes. He tells also how he land for service. Okay, yeah, so he tells that story and then it's like, okay, time to fight the dragon. All right, so now he's attacking the dragon. Like you said, he like screams to wake it up. And it describes, how does it describe the flame? Oh yeah, death fire. So you can see there's some foreshadowing there that he's not going to make it out of this. His shield protects him, and the narrative basically says he's not going to win. For the first time, fate did not make Beowulf the winner of the battle.
And like it says how like the shield fell and the sword fell.
Yeah.
Like when he
Like
needed
the-
smoke.
Like
So
the
then-
sword, he like put it in and then it like broke or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
his
yeah,
neck
yeah,
and
he
the
was
sword
like-
broke off.
He was too strong or something. What is that? He said something about when he like was cleaning sword. It was too strong.
Oh yeah.
He said, "John Cena."
So this goes back, I think Haley brought up this idea. Did he fail because he didn't trust fate? Like in all his other battles? If he had gone hand to hand, would he have won?
I guess he was
Who
just
knows?
old. That was lame.
Yeah, he's old. Like,
Yeah, at this point,
Like
he's old.
it's his time.
But at the same time, do you think that's gonna really stop a hero like Beowulf?
No. Yes.
Well, he's like prideful.
Too prideful. Again, he's had the strength of 30 men all throughout his life, so he's overconfident.
But I feel like just because he has that, that's it.
I feel like he's not like as strong because he's just been sitting around 50 years being lazy. Well, I mean, it's
Pretty
not.
much, yeah.
But it also doesn't say that he's
Like
done
me,
anything.
yeah.
He has done nothing though. Like we don't really know what he did.
Right, but
Yeah, he
it
didn't say
implies that he kind of lived the same reign as Hrothgar. But basically, all Hrothgar did was build a Harrowak, that's a big city for everybody to hang out in.
That had no dragon.
So we
I thought
can,
you said heroin, and I was like,
yeah, he invented heroin and they all had a nice party.
Do we know if he was like a ladies' man but never had a child?
They don't
They
say.
don't talk about
But I feel like,
yeah, there was
Yeah.
I feel like he would be like flirt with like.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
kind of like Hercules, you know, like how the water
Yeah.
just threw stones at him.
well, yeah, in that
What do
movie
you want?
version that I was showing you guys the other day, he flirts really hard with Hrothgar's wife. And then,
That's
so they do it weird where Hrothgar doesn't have any children, according to that interpretation. And then like right after Beowulf kills Grendel's mother, he's just like, oh, I gave all my land to Beowulf when I died. And then he just like walks out and jumps over the ledge to his death. And then Beowulf takes over that country, rather than his own, and marries his wife.
That's a way to go out. Pretty weird.
So-
You see how everybody talk about cleanup crew.
Yeah, it's just really weird. All right, so the battle, everybody basically runs away except for Wiglaf. Good luck with that.
He got like
Wig-
big
I call him
Wig
Wig
Wiggies.
Lass.
Didn't you say he was the last of them? The last one?
Yeah, and he's basically the real hero. He stays and he fights with Beowulf.
Oh yeah, he stabs the dragon.
Doesn't Beowulf
He
get
gets
him with his armor or something?
Yeah, so Beowulf stabbing after he stabs to the bone, yeah, but the sword Naglin breaks. So I think this is the first time they mentioned this sword.
Yeah, the other one was
Right.
Yeah.
Which was
That was
the first sword.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you knew that wasn't gonna work, because
Yeah,
he's a coward.
Maybe.
Yeah, so Beowulf's basically almost got the killing blow, it seems like, and then, but it doesn't quite work. He staggers, and then Wiglaf comes in and stabs.
Like it like only like makes it like breathe less fire. I guess. Like that's what it says. Like
Yeah.
if you don't burn the process,
He got burned.
Yeah.
His hand did or something.
So then Beowulf pulls out his trusty knife he wears on his mail shirt, and together they kill the dragon.
Ding.
They did it.
Yeah, alright.
But what happens?
Beowulf's dying.
Beowulf dies.
Did he
So,
get bitten in there? Yeah, he
Oh,
got
yeah.
bitten.
yeah, he got bitten in that.
I didn't know dragons bit. A giant. I think he was small.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I was thinking like a big bite.
Yeah, like they're like a big dragon.
Yeah, dragons you think of mouse like that big.
Yeah.
That's
The dragon
true.
like a nibble.
Oh, 50 feet, yeah, that's right, that's say that.
I just imagine it being like this big.
So like
It's like a little.
Like little moon,
Like
Yeah.
it might swallow this.
One
Yeah.
with like
Yeah, you just barely clip them or something.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But again, a lot of this doesn't make sense. It's not meant to. It's just meant to be an epic heroic tale. This is what a real warrior is. This is what a real king
Not
is.
really.
It's morality tale.
That's so.
What if the dragon tried to bite its head off so it didn't like take it off, so it just like was biting it? That dragon has a bad aim.
It's probably little tiny teeth or something. Yeah.
It's like having a big hole and trying to make it.
Or like it doesn't bite enough to like decapitate him. It's a nibble.
And it's a
Yeah.
piece now that has a torso.
It's unclear. We're probably trying to bring a little bit too much logic to it. All right, so then what does Beowulf ask for? Yeah, okay, so yeah, he asked for, bring me the treasure so I can see it, and, but he make this barrow and name it after me. He takes stock of his life. I think it's like a big building, like a
I think
lighthouse
it said
type
on
of
the
thing.
little thing it said like where.
Oh, yeah.
Like somewhere where you die at.
So, okay, so then.
Not
make
like
a-
a single, but like
in the
a.
book, like right there in the bottom, but they have a little number next to it.
In the
like a
footnote,
ceremonial. Let's look at it.
Under pressure, a.
I'm
I'm still the logic. It's September. This is Halloween.
What's the dog's name? Dog? No.
Dog.
Woo.
I didn't see it.
Or
I didn't see it in the
It
notes.
says it right there.
Goofy.
Yeah, but I honestly, let's just skip Halloween. No.
Wait,
no,
I
that's
want
hard.
Thanksgiving, but they can be like
I think
Oh, it just says-
Halloween, but I'm trying to keep it.
I think that's what you're saying. No. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
Why don't you the same?
We were being teenagers. Yeah,
I would probably make it.
yeah.
At that point, I'm just gonna have to do like that one guy did in.
So it could be like a burial site or
Oh,
something.
you did. Remember you did? I swear, I saw it when I was reading.
I was gonna say, I don't remember seeing it. Unless
I
it came
know,
up
she
earlier.
agreed with me. I'm not.
So we double.
Yeah, I know exactly what
Serious
you're talking about.
hallucination.
And they have said it in
Whoa.
Whoa.
Alright, so he takes stock of his life, he ruled for 50 years, no enemy, I was so great, never sought feuds, never made improper oaths, never killed my kinsmen or my family.
He ain't popular.
He was just
Sit
focusing,
down.
again, it's all about fame and his legacy.
He wants glory,
He wants glory,
and that
but
gets you glory right there.
he doesn't want that glory to end when he dies.
He wants more and more of it. He's addicted to glory.
Yeah.
His heroin.
Yeah, his heroin. Your like legacy will like live on and
Is
I'll
it,
make
it's
sure.
Wycliffe or the narrator basically says, yeah, like his legacy's gonna live on. So bring me the treasure, brings him all this gold.
rich cup.
Beowulf then asked that a barrel be built on a cliff overlooking the sea that sea travelers would later call Beowulf's
So it's like a
Barrow.
statue pretty much.
Oh,
Somebody look it up for us real quick. I didn't see it. I don't remember seeing it in the book.
they will what?
What a burrow is?
The barrow.
I'm trying to look for it. I swear.
Oh, yeah,
I saw
bear.
it. I know.
If you can find it in a book, that works too.
Oh, no.
It's
Maybe before you want the.
It's that says a
I know.
barrel, like a
Barrel.
wheelbarrow.
Oh, okay.
Barrel.
Yeah. It's probably not a wheelbarrow.
I thought it was
Okay,
a
it
barrel.
says that people will see it from the waters.
Oh, this
It says
Yeah, he talked about that.
likely to be amount of earth.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
it's
It
a
says amount of earth and stones raised over a grave.
Okay, that makes sense.
A what?
So like,
Wait,
where was
So like a
it?
big grave out by the sea that everybody can point to
Is it an actual
and say
place?
that's where Beowulf
Like a
is.
fake mountain pretty much? No, it is a mountain. It's just
Yeah.
It's just made out of like stone.
It's like a mound. It's all polished.
yeah, it's this.
Yeah, it's
That's
special
it.
for him.
Like that.
Apparently it's an actual place.
Well, this is Wikipedia, so I mean.
Right.
Technically,
You know,
I mean,
Wikipedia is
it's very
dark
possible that they,
it's also
They
called
built a place like
Scalanda Barrow, and it says suggesting Scalanda Barrow to be a likely burial site for the legendary hero Beowulf.
How much you would have
bet
bet
legendary
It's like this.
That may be the bear.
No,
bear.
I
was
know
like,
that.
that's a, no. All right, so.
so that's something to
Basically,
look
just something
into.
like overlooking in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Place to honor him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just wanted to make
Honor.
He said there will loom on the horizon at on the sea. And then it says at the bottom, a headland by the sea, the name means
Wellness.
will.
Yeah.
Oh, it says that
Whale,
whale.
like an actual
Yeah, that's the
whale.
only thing I saw about it. Okay.
It says beside the
Beowulf,
Beowulf, the very dragon.
Oh, okay.
If you look up Wells nest, I think that was urban dictionary.
So that's probably not good. All right, so moving on. He gives Wiglaf the gold necklace that he wears and his armor, and he dies.
Is that the same one like that they gave him?
Yeah.
When he fought Grendel?
Yeah,
The woman.
same one. So he passes on his kingship to Wiglaf because he's the only one that actually showed courage. He's clearly the most deserving and competent of Geats. And then takes pains to protect his fame through the creation of the bill.
So does he give the kingdom to Wiggly?
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused on that.
Yeah, so he says, okay, you're gonna rule now. that I'm on.
Yeah, I was confused on
Wiglaf
that
is
part,
his
too.
son. Has like a, yeah.
Not officially, but yeah,
His heir.
his heir.
Yeah.
Yeah, because an heir doesn't have to be a
Family.
relative. Yeah.
Your son.
So then the other warriors come back. Wiglaf tries to revive Beowulf, but is unsuccessful. And then this is where he just lays into him. I like this line: "Death is better for a man than a life of blame." That's
Oh,
how
I
he
thought
is.
it was Shane.
Like y'all should all die.
Like, blame for, like, if the people would have survived and killed There's a quote about Shane.
Yeah, it's better to die in battle than to run away and have everybody know that you ran away.
I swear that's
No,
what
it
Shane.
says
Did it say
Shane will
Shane?
follow them forever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh yeah, their shame will follow them forever.
Like, I could have sworn that says that
I said it,
yeah,
yeah,
my man
yeah,
like
yeah.
shame.
Yeah, I thought it
I mean, it means the same here.
Like, I didn't hear the blame, like, I could just like imagine it.
Well, shame is more like internal feeling.
Blame.
Blame would be like external. Everyone can point to you and say it's your
Wow,
fault.
Casey, you failed.
So it's your fault they will die. You should have stuck around.
It is the
Possibly, yeah.
Uber.
Also, the other thing is, this is gonna embolden their enemies. Now that Beowulf's gone, they knew that these great warriors ran away from the fight.
Oh, so it's like their sign of weakness.
And he warns them of that.
Because before they've been very confident warriors, won everything.
What if
Okay, I'm talking.
It said like their reputation is what like kept everybody like away from them turning on them.
Right.
Beowulf.
Now
And you know when Beowulf dies, people are gonna hear about it, they're gonna hear the story, they're gonna hear
Yeah.
people ran away. Oh, they're not as strong as
Is
you.
that one of the reasons why it was so peaceful? Because he had like all
Because
the
of
glory
reputation.
from reading.
Yeah, they're like, we're not gonna fight Beowulf, we'll lose. Yeah. Yeah.
So people like over now.
He does, yeah,
He
he
does.
tells them to take over.
Like the name reminds me like
Like a war
Yeah, because he sends a messenger to tell of Beowulf's death, and really that's just like out of respect, like Beowulf is dead, we need.
I have like this image in my head that he looks like Wormtail from Harry Potter.
But then he says like when people find out that it's like war is gonna break out.
Exactly. Yeah, that's an interesting point, like, why run off and tell everybody if it could cause them to come and attack you?
Oh, that's true.
It's a sign of it's a sign of respect though. We can't just like let it be
But I
quiet.
mean, at some point you have to take like the safety into account.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
God.
too. I have a feeling
Yeah,
that
they
he
don't
looks
like
like that, and
the
I have no idea why.
You feel like he looks like that? I feel like he's really scrawny.
Yeah, I feel like he's really scrawny.
You think scrawny?
Yeah, like
I think he's
He's
like
not
average.
like a slender kid.
I was thinking more
I
like
don't
early.
know why, but when I was just reading it, I'm
Yeah,
like,
I just
it's
feel like
Wormtail.
he's scrawny and like.
I just feel like he'd be the last kid on the playground.
Yeah.
So he's staying quiet.
Exactly. It's always.
I think it's just, yeah, it's always the underdog.
It's always the
Yeah.
underdog.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the underdog always passes you like in the life, fight or flight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Psychology, dude.
Don't ask what goes on. I don't know.
I really want to try it out. I wonder if I would help somebody get run away.
Alright, so then he also recounts, going back to Wiglaf, recounts all the basically great victories in Beowulf's life, and predicts that without Beowulf to protect them, these feuds will again erupt into war. And the narrator notes the messenger's predictions for the most part come true.
I think that ended.
Oh, yeah, like they sent him
I
a
think
message after he left
Yeah.
the place, whatever.
Then they could have ended like when they were talking about the war and like.
Yeah.
After that, like the rest of it was like.
You didn't have to.
It's kind of like the Lord of the Rings ending where it just goes on forever.
I've never
watched it.
I watched it either.
Ours is very light. I've watched the Harry Potter one.
No, you're old and all your references just.
I just, no, listen, I was old enough to watch it, I just never did.
Yeah. Our Game of Thrones is very like. I'm gonna think what I'm looking for.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. That
We're
one.
not talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
That's different.
Like, I know what I'm looking for. It's like, oh, this is my phone, but I can't get it out. You know what happened?
What's it mean?
I don't know.
She knows the word, but she don't know what it is.
Yeah, I can't explain it.
Can you describe what you're trying to?
No, it's a word now.
Alright, so what do you think about Beowulf?
It was better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
I feel like it
that
had like a
it
negative connotation to it, but it's like.
I mean, like,
Once
trying to,
it's like, something explained to me, I liked it.
I mean, overall, the story was good.
Okay.
Once I understood it, yeah.
Did you find it easier as you went on
Yes,
to kind of follow
Because
along?
once we have these discussions, things that I had questions about, like I didn't understand what
Like the
happened, and like
first
this
day we
half
had to
page
read
that I
it,
yeah, I was
Yeah, and you kind of fall into a cadence and a rhythm with it, so you're like, oh, I know what to expect. And it has like patterns to it. You'll see victory, party, tell a story, which is basically like a warning tale.
Don't let that happen.
Don't let this happen, and then of course
And
it
then you
happens.
teach-
Okay, I have a
And then
question.
later on.
So, you know, when like the queen or whatever, I think this happened like the second part we read.
Yeah.
Like was warning her son. Like, how does that relate to it?
Oh,
Does it say
about
it
the
was
betrayal
foreshadowed?
stuff?
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was
that was gonna
foreshadowed.
happen.
I did too, but nothing happened.
Yeah, I thought Beowulf was gonna be like betrayed by somebody who's like really close to
Or
him.
he was gonna.
So I don't know if maybe that then relates to some historical event possibly, or
Or
it could be related to another story
It was
that
like,
people at that time would have known of.
Oh, yeah, like, it's just
Yeah, they don't
something
really
that-
come back
Yeah,
to it in
yeah.
Beowulf itself.
Cause I remember we had a question about it. No,
Okay,
like
yeah.
foreshadowing. Oh, no.
Was it, no, it was last section.
Yeah.
Was it last section where it was talking about,
It was after, I think after he defeated the mall.
Yeah, after he defeated the mall.
And it's
Yeah.
like the queen was talking
Right after the story.
Yeah.
It says, be kind to my nephews. And
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
Right after the Finns.
It was right after the Finns. It was like
Okay, yeah.
exactly right after.
Yeah.
What'd you think about, the part where there were lines cut out from the, oh yeah. On page 90, it's like the following section was damaged by fire. Entire words and phrases are missing or indicated by only a few letters. Editorial attempts to reconstruct the text are conjectural and often disagree. And then later down it says, lines 22, 27 to 30 or so damaged, they defy guesswork to reconstruct them. So there's like parts of this story, obviously probably not a whole lot, they're just missing.
There's also like, 'cause weren't they like put
And you
back
can
together
see-
by like,
This shows there's outside influences that are impacting
yeah,
the
that's what I was
story.
about to say, because wasn't it put together like people who were like extremely religious?
Yeah,
And so that's why,
the
like,
scribes
Or
would have
the
been
Cain
like
and Abel
Christian
reference.
scribes.
because there's like a big section of that where it talks about like God,
Yeah, and then it goes like,
and then it gets back to like
and
the
then,
whole story.
Yeah,
and then it just doesn't mention it again.
right.
So there's
It's,
like.
yeah, I don't know if they're trying to erase kind of that pagan influence from when it first started, because it describes it as pagans, but then they keep mentioning God, which doesn't make sense. So, I'm not sure. If it was just like injected in over time, or it's just like the scribes took it upon themselves to write that in. So whenever they reference, he could have been referencing fate the whole time, and they just say God.
If you had the chance to go see this, would you go see it? Like see the actual document?
Oh, yeah.
Write something for it, like next one.
I think it'd be interesting,
I
I don't know.
Or like the.
especially because it's so far past my level as far as it'd be written in like Old English, so like that first day that showed, it'd be looking like that. I would not be able to get anything out of it. It'd be interesting historically.
It's just to see it.
Yeah.
That's like
See like the fire marks and everything.
I want to see it like. I want to see the important thing. Okay, so did they fill it in on the?
I wanna be
document?
Oh,
should-
they just like
So then
count,
like
they like,
recounted, yeah,
oh.
and later time.
We should have a field trip and go see that place.
We should have a field trip and go steal it and then see if there's a map on it.
Oh, and then like,
Like
oh,
that-
we should like